In my Facebook group, Inner Child Healing, Breaking Free from CPTSD, the link to which you can find in the description below, I had a poll. The topic of this video won. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to identify a toxic person. Toxic people can be found in all areas of our lives. We can find toxic people at work, in our family, in relationships that we get into. But they can be very difficult to identify, particularly for someone who's grown up in a toxic family environment, someone who's grown up with dysfunction. Toxic behaviour is all some people have ever known, and they find it difficult to spot the warning signs, particularly in their personal relationships. They make unconscious contracts with people who complement their family system. They find themselves in relationships with the same kind of people, they just have a different name, different hair colour. So how can you spot a toxic person? Behavioural patterns are a big giveaway. Look for someone who's constantly negative, who's complaining about everything, who never sees the positive in anything. Look for people that talk about others behind their backs. If someone feels deficient in some way, they may put other people down, find fault in other people to try and elevate themselves. If someone is gossiping with you, there's a very strong chance they're gossiping about you. So avoid people who gossip. There's going to be frequent drama. Toxic people use drama to distract themselves from all of the emotional pain, all of the stuff they've internalized. If you've grown up in a toxic environment, drama can be how you've learned to interact in the world. Toxic people are going to have an inability to take responsibility. If you meet someone and they are complaining about their past relationship, their past partners, they just tell you everything that was wrong with the partner or the person they were in a relationship with. If you're an employer, someone comes to you and all they do is put down their previous boss, that can be a sign that they are toxic. Look at how people communicate. Communication red flags can include gaslighting, denying something that you clearly remember happening. A toxic person may gaslight you by denying it happened. They may say, I never said that. You must be imagining things. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Toxic person may minimize your emotions or experiences. They may tell you you're overreacting, you're too sensitive, it's not that big a deal. Changing the subject when you bring up an issue. They may say, I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to talk about that right now. Let's not dwell on the past. A toxic person may gaslight you by lying about events, facts. That meeting never happened. I've no idea what you're talking about. A toxic person may gaslight you by making you question your own memory, your own sense of reality. Are you sure that happened? I don't remember it happening like that, blaming you for their behaviour. If you hadn't upset me, I wouldn't have had to yell at you. So when someone is gaslighting you, they're manipulating your reality. They're going to make you question your own memories, your own experience, and mind. This is going to affect your confidence, self-esteem. It's going to affect your sense of self. Toxic people may be passive aggressive. They may give you the silent treatment, punish you for not giving them what they want. They may make subtle jabs or give backhanded compliments. Your video was fine, I suppose. They're going to express irritation through eye rolls, sighs, and non-verbal cues. Passive aggressive people will tell you they're fine when they're really very upset, and they'll agree to do something but not follow through. Gossiping or complaining about people behind their back. Sarcasm is the lowest form of wit, according to my grandma. A toxic person may use sarcasm, or they may jokingly put you down and insult you, making excuses or blaming others to avoid responsibility. A toxic person may withhold affection or attention as a way to retaliate against you. Passive aggressive people express their feelings indirectly as opposed to addressing issues directly. Toxic people have very poor boundaries and they break boundaries. Boundary issues are very common with a toxic person. It's very easy to spot a toxic person by their lack of boundaries and lack of respect for your boundaries. A toxic person will disregard your needs and use emotional manipulation to get what they want from you. A toxic person may play the victim. I've been stressed out because of you. How do you think you're making me feel? They may guilt trip you. They may say things like, if you really loved me, you'd do this for me. If you really loved me, you'd buy me a new car. They may feign confusion. They may say, I don't know why you're upset with me. Toxic person may make conditional promises. They may say things like, I'll do this if you buy me a new ring. A toxic person will manipulate you. They will exploit your emotions and use your emotions to manipulate you rather than being open and honest and telling you directly what they want. Toxic relationships are often very intense from the start and they are often hot and cold. Toxic people get very jealous quite often, and you can know if you're in a toxic relationship if the person you're in a relationship with is all take. If you're giving everything and not getting anything back, that can be a very bad sign. So these kind of toxic relationships are going to really take their toll on you. They will decrease your confidence, your self-esteem. You're going to feel like you're constantly on edge. You're going to feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells. When you try to finish your relationship with a toxic person, or if they sense you're going to leave them, that you're going to finish the relationship, they may resort to control tactics. They may use info, things that you've told them against you. They may make threats. They may threaten to harm themselves or to harm you. So these behaviours, these toxic traits, they exist on a spectrum. Everyone probably has a little bit of these traits. Be vigilant. Look for the intensity of these traits. If you're seeing these traits very often, if you are being gaslit and emotionally blackmailed daily, be prepared to walk away. And if you like this video, found it useful, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, check the description for the link to my Facebook group, Inner Child Healing Breaking Free from CPTSD, and my free Inner Child Healing Workbook.